and my heart goes out to all of those families. It's gut-wrenching, having lived the Parkland shooting, knowing what those families are experiencing right now, and all those school kids, their first day back to school. So law enforcement obviously has the place secure. Law enforcement has put out a notice saying there's no additional threat, meaning they believe it is a lone gunman. But this investigation, of course, is just getting started. They will continue to investigate to see if anyone else was involved, if anyone else knew that the shooter was going to do this. They're also going to be checking with everyone in that school. First of all those parents, every parent in that entire school must be notified to let them know whether their child is safe or whether their child is in the hospital, along with all the faculty at that high school. So there's a lot of work. It's in the very, very initial stages, but please say prayers for everyone involved. And there's a lot more law enforcement work to be done on this case.
Thank you. Obviously, it is heart-wrenching, and to think just after the holiday, they're coming back to school. While we have you guys, there's some big legal news breaking today. Trump's legal team, a short time ago, has asked a D.C. judge to hold special counsel Jack Smith and his entire team in contempt. They also are saying he should be fined after activity in the case was suspended pending Trump's appeal. To put a finer point on it, basically there was the order by Tanya Chutkan in December that stayed any further proceedings that would move this case towards trial or impose additional burdens of litigation on the defendant. Well, it sounds like Trump's team has numerous instances of where this may have actually been not upheld. The order says that the 2 to 3 times in 2 weeks, Trump's attorneys say that Jack Smith has made filings, and they really believe that this is about interfering with the election because Trump has not been able to voice any arguments or pushback because he's not obligated to. A big aggressive move here, but sounds like there's some legal credence for it, Hogan.
Yeah, look, I think Pam can speak to the ins and outs of the legal strategy here, but I can point to the overwhelming fact that Donald Trump is being targeted by our 3-letter agencies, by our government, by Jack Smith and others that have a political axe to grind. Just because Donald Trump threatens the hierarchy, threatens the power that the elites have held in this country for decades, they're going to go after him. And this is just another extension of that, what Jack Smith has done, what Jack Smith is doing, what Chutkan has done, what she is doing. The judges all over this country trying to now take him off the ballot unilaterally for a crime he wasn't charged with, that he hasn't committed, that he wasn't convicted for. The whole thing just smacks of a power-hungry federal government, of a politically motivated federal government going after the front runner for the Republican nomination, someone who, by the way, is beating Joe Biden in all these key swing states. It's almost as though they're saying, look, we can't beat him. So what we're going to try and do is muddy the waters as best we can, take him off ballots if we can. But like 2020, they want to so soil his name amongst independents. They don't really care if any of this works or sticks or convicts them. They just want to muddy the waters enough to get those independents, prevent them from voting for Donald Trump.
Yeah, and Pam, I'd love to get your reaction to the move saying Jack Smith should be held in contempt. It clearly looks like the order was to stay the case. And if they haven't been abiding by that, is this a winnable motion for the Trump team here?
Absolutely. You know, the problem is given the judge who's presiding over it. However, when you have a stay, that means your case is frozen in time. That case is sitting on a shelf. You can't touch it. You can't do anything with it. You cannot file motions. Actually, the judge has no jurisdiction right now because it's on appeal, and she granted the stay. Yet we're learning that Jack Smith has filed multiple motions. My guess is very salacious information in them trying to damage President Trump furthermore and his reputation. And he cannot respond to it, nor can his attorneys. So I think they did the right thing, and it should be granted. You know, any prosecutor, any defense attorney knows. They know what a stay means. And that's the troubling thing here, that Jack Smith is continuing to disregard the law and what's just in this case.
We're watching this very closely. Also, Trump's team appealing yesterday over the Colorado ballot issue. So a lot in play. Do stay tuned. We always have our experts in to parse it all out. Pam and Hogan, appreciate your time. Good to have you both in with us today.
Thanks,
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.